Maggie told me not to talk too long. 3 other people here told me not to talk too long. So I'm kind of screwed. I decided to apply to do the temple again because my son approached me and said, Dad, I'd work with you on the temple if you do it out of recycled material. So I'm going to work with my son this year, and we're building a temple out of probably 85% recycled material. I don't want to go on about it, but I'm trying to keep the budget way, way down. Only because I just think it's inappropriate for me to have built the goddamn temples that are so big that they've become, a burden on the organization and on the community to try to raise that kind of money. So, here's hoping I can keep it down. It's made out of sticks, but not real small ones. But anyway, Steve Brown is one of the architects. Marisha Farnsworth. Jack Champion is working with me. My son, Kelly. Clark Selman. And Mark Sinclair, who's in Nepal right now. So those 5 people have been working, interpreting whatever the hell I come up with. So they're going to explain to you what's going on.
So one of the big challenges is the temple crew...
Working with me.
Yes, always a challenge to work with David, of course. But not using the traditional plywood panels that we have in the past, we're going to have to learn to find the beauty in recycled wood. And so the wood is many, many, many pieces that are part of recycled pallets. So imagine the components that would form a pallet being kind of broken up, and then we'll reassemble them to make the decorative elements that you're kind of familiar with in David's temples. The overall form is similar to some of the temples that he's done in the past. It's a 4-sided pagoda-like structure. It's about, at its base, 90 feet at the kind of inner colonnade, and a total height of approximately 80 feet. So the temple's interior will be a large open interior space. There will be a chandelier and an altar, kind of traditional with the temples, not shown in this render, but we're trying to accomplish a very large, dark interior space. One of the other interesting things about this recycled wood is it's going to have a much darker color than a lot of the temples in the past. So the overall color and feel will be a lot heavier and a lot darker.
Are there more sketches?
Yeah, these are the sketches.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting to figure out how to use this recycled wood. We're coming up with a lot of strategies using gravity and symmetry, of course. It's a pleasure to work on the structure of the temple. And the structure is just that. It's a space, and it's the armature. It's the beginning. And what comes next is all the offerings and objects and special messages that really everybody on the playa brings to the temple to make it complete. So we are now looking for volunteers for our crew, financial donations, and also just everybody to participate when we get to the playa.
So they were sitting here, and they said, "What did you want us to say?" We just work together as a team, all of us, The temple this year is called the temple because I kind of realized that over the years, whenever I've built it, I've always took charge of it that way. And I don't think the temple belongs to me. And I don't think it belongs to any of us. I think it's a public space. So I think for me, I hope that the tradition goes on, that no one calls it the temple of greed or the temple of pain in the ass, that they just do a temple. It's got 5 minutes. It's going to click something. Oh, that's just words. Um, I was really wanting to say one thing about the temple that I realized, and Maggie said to me, God, you know that, but I realized it again. Last year in the temple, a woman had written a note, and I wasn't going to say it, but I loved it so much. There was a framed letter about a woman that had been raped. And this wonderful community that we embrace and love, 50,000 people looked at that letter and shared the anguish and the pain that that young girl had. Out in the courtyard of the temple was a framed picture of a little infant that had died in a pink frame. And again, 40,000 people looked at that, you know. I mean, we have such a wonderful community that understands how to share someone else's grief, you know. And I'm just honored to be a part of that community. Thank you.